It's time to battle back under the home lights for Hull City. Hello there and welcome back to the HullCityFanCentral YouTube channel, where today I'll be giving you my preview, prediction and everything that you need to know ahead of Hull City versus Preston North End live at the MKM Stadium on a Tuesday night. A 7:45 kickoff at the MKM Stadium for this one. So let's get straight into an injury update. So we've got a bit of an update, positive and negative as always, surrounding Hull City. Start off with positive wise. Semi Ajayi will be back, will be within the squad for this one, presumably in a bench capacity, considering that he hasn't played any football since the opening day of the season, and he's been on the sidelines with that injury, so he will be most likely on the bench with this one. I wouldn't be shocked though if he started this game with Hull City's current defensive troubles. They have conceded 17 goals in the 17 games that they've played since Semi Ajayi was sent out for his injury. That's quite a considerable amount of goals conceded. When you're saying that in that game, yes, it was one game. It was a 0-0 clean sheet. I believe it was a 0-0 clean sheet. I'm now currently doubting myself. Let me just double check that on the fly. It was a 0-0 clean sheet. Yes, I don't know why I was doubting myself. But yeah, to say 17 goals conceded in them 7 games since he was on the injured list, that is certainly a man that we could do with back in our defence, so he will be a welcome addition back. Matt Crooks, as we've been telling the story for the past couple of weeks, it's another game pushed back. He was presumed to be available in contentions for this one after coming back with the foot injury that he suffered a little while back. He will not be available in contentions, and they are still saying it will be next game, so Saturday, against Sheffield United. Apparently, he will be in a contentions for that one. Of course, I'll keep it on as things develop with that one, and we will hopefully see Matt Crooks before the international break. 2 players that we won't see until after the international break, well, that's Mohamed Baloumi. We know about this one, hamstring injury. He's going to be out for about 6 to 8 weeks now, about maybe 5 to 7 weeks now. We're 1 week into that injury. But also, we will not see Joel Ndala until after the international break. He's hoping to make the away trip to Birmingham City next month. This is due to a foot injury that he has picked up, which was the reason why he wasn't in the squad last weekend, or this weekend just gone, against Watford, that 2-1 loss. That's why he wasn't in that squad, due to the foot injury, as he probably would have made the starting lineup, considering that Mohamed Baloumi was out injured, and maybe that's why Cody Drameh was the last minute replacement at right wing, where you maybe would have seen Joel Ndala maybe play on the left and Kyle Joseph out on the right and something like that. So that may have been a last minute change for Hull City. But yeah, no Joel Ndala or Mohamed Baloumi for the next couple of games until after the international break. And of course, Elliot Matters, though, we know we will not have him until sometime in the future, certainly. So, Hull City predicted starting 11, powered by friends over at Fanhub. If you do not know what Fanhub is, it's a fantastic free app where you get rewarded for being a football fan for free. Go and check them out. Link in the description. Use my golden ticket code HUL-IZR. It'll let you bypass the queue, get rewarded for doing it, for using it. And yeah, it's a fantastic app. You follow your club. It's all sorts of goodness. It even works if you're not a Hull City fan. Yes, if you're someone that has not been awoken to the light side or the dark side that is Hull City. So here's my Hull City predicted starting 11. You'll notice that it's actually an identical replica to the starting lineup that started against Watford. Yes, you may be thinking, why was Sergei Kievich put out the same starting lineup? Well, we played okay in that first half, to be fair, and I think with a bit of a wake-up call, with a few more options off the bench, and maybe to go with them a bit of an earlier casing, and maybe a bit more of a wake-up call playing at home. We've played at home quite well this season, so I don't see any reason why there could be changes. But the only changes, I'll talk about as they pop up. So, Ivo Panda, he's going to start the game in net. There'll be no reason to change him out. Back lineup of Louis Coyle, John Egan, Charlie Hughes, and Ryan Giles. You can maybe make the contentions that John Egan might be replaced with Semi Ajayi. Of course, that's depending fully on Semi Ajayi's fitness, as we do not know that. That is only a thing that everyone at the Cottingham camp know. Ahead of that, Amir Hadzair-Mitrovic and John Lundstrom. These guys will most likely be in there starting pretty much every game, unless Darko Gaibi can nip in and make a starting role to make his full debut for the Tigers, which could possibly happen. Ahead of that, Joe Geldhart, Kyle Joseph, Cody Drammer, of course, back out on the right wing. I quite liked what he had out on that right wing. He had a few good moments certainly out there. Of course, David Akintola could come in to start out there. That being really the only other opportunity. You're not going to start Liam Miller in his his first game back after the injury. Of course, he didn't play against Watford, was a unused substitute in that one. And of course, Ollie McBurney up top. There's no other man to be up top for the Tigers. I mean, there's nothing more to say, is there? Well, there is loads more to say about Ollie McBurney, but I will save that for another time. So, last meetings between both sides. Well, we've had a pretty good time against Preston North End, certainly at the MKM Stadium. For Preston North End to last see a win at the MKM Stadium, you're rolling back the years to 2017. Hull City have won or drawn every fixture since then at the MKM Stadium, and not looking too bad in recent memory. Of course, a 2-1 win last time out on the 21st of April, back around them Easter fixtures at the MKM Stadium. We did lose 1-0 at their ground on Boxing Day last year, and of course a 0-0 draw time before that. So looking quite good against Preston in recent memory. Form-wise, well, we'll dive a little bit more into what Preston have done this season in a second, but coming into this game, Hull City are looking to try and turn things around after the bit of a collapse that they had last time out against Watford. Of course, 1-0 up in the 25th minute, and then suffering 2 goals in a second half. And at Preston North End, last time out for them, they drew 0-0, a 1-0 win time before that, 2-2 draw, 1-0 loss, and a 3-2 loss against Wrexham there in their last 5. Hull City, of course, a lot of goals conceded, but quite a few scored as well, so not too bad on both ends of the scale. Whereas Preston North End, they started their season pretty much how they start every single season, not losing games. It always seems at Preston North End, first 12 games or so in, they've drawn more games than anyone can even count, and they have barely recorded any losses. A very similar aspect to what we've just seen in Watford, a team that don't concede, don't score. They struggle to get the ball in the back of the net, and the opposition struggle to score against them. Same goals scored as Watford, 7 goals, and I think they've conceded even less than Watford. They've only conceded 5 goals across 7 games played, and that is down to one man in particular, which we'll get on to in a second. But former Tigers, which we'll be meeting in this one, there's 2. Robbie Brady, of course, he's still at Preston North End, a bit of a long-serving Tiger, of course, played in some of them glory years under Steve Bruce, and then another man, a bit of more of a recent Tiger, that being Will Keane. Of course, he is still over there at Preston North End. So, this is the man that I want to talk about for Preston. The man that is keeping them at this current state. The defence has been very, very good for Preston. Their whole team has been pretty good at keeping the opposition at bay and holding out to get these clean sheets. But in the Championship for this season, this man here, Daniel Iverson, he's played all 7 games for Preston North End. He's had 3 clean sheets already, which, I mean, that's probably more clean sheets than Hull City had the entirety of last season. And he's been barring out the best goalkeeper in the Championship, I want to say, for this entire season. Only conceded them 5 goals, which he said Preston have conceded. He's faced 23 shots. And so he should have about a little bit more goals conceded than what he has let in, which is a very, very good ranking. And he's ranking in all the top percentiles of goalkeeper stats that you like to see: saves, goals conceded, goals prevented, all that sort of stuff, sweeper, high claims, passing accuracy is a little bit low, so his distribution maybe is something that Hull City can take into effect. His long ball accuracy isn't the best as well, so it seems like more of these ones where if Hull City keep on applying the pressure and don't let up like they did against Watford, there might be an avenue to get through past a man who I say has probably been the best goalkeeper in the Championship, certainly through the first 7 games so far. Certainly someone who has really going to be one to try and get that sort of hammered down quite early on. Hull City have got the attacking options to really maybe get past Preston North End, and it might be a game where if they keep their foot down, if they keep going, if they keep on trying to get another goal, where we could possibly see a few go past this Preston team and being a bit of a shock case, really, for Hull City, as the table kind of, I've skipped past the table, but the table kind of says it all. Hull City only a couple of points away from Preston North End as things stand. So score prediction heading into this one. Well, I do think Hull City will try and rectify what they did against Watford and will pull out a 2-1 victory. Another win at the MKM Stadium for the Tigers, and that being a 2-1 win in this one. Still no clean sheet since the opening game of the season, but a 2-1 win at home is the all-important factor. Them 3 points with goals coming through Ollie McBurney. As I said time and time again, it's stupid not to predict Ollie McBurney to score in a game. He's got to get his 15-plus goals somehow. And then, of course, one more goal scorer for the Tigers. That's going to be Joe Gelthardt for me. I think he'll get back on the scoring sheet. I've been liking sort of what Joe Gelthardt's been providing in the games recently for the Hull City squad. I think a bit more of a clinical edge from him heading into this one. And we could possibly see him maybe playing a bit more of a versatile role in that front 3, or front 4, I should say. A little bit of a role out on the wing, maybe, depending, of course, who is starting out there on the right. Is it Cody Drammett? Is it someone else? Is it David Akintola? We will wait and see, of course, what Sergei Kirich rolls out for the Tigers. And I'll leave you that photo of Sergei Kirich as I ask you to let me know down in the comments what your prediction is ahead of this game. If you think Hull City will win, hopefully you do. What you think the scoreline will be, who you think will score for the Tigers, and how many goals you think Ollie McBurney will actually score in this game. Will it be 1? Will it be 2? Will it be 3? Will it be 10? Who knows? I will be at the game tomorrow, so I'll have a vlog out afterwards. So make sure you stay tuned on the channel by liking and subscribing to make sure you see that, and plenty more Hull City news and content throughout this week and throughout the season, as hopefully we are going to have a nice, positive season this year. Things are looking okay so far. Just need to work about out of this little bit of a rough patch that we're in, certainly defensive wise, and I think Hull City might be on for an okay season, all things considering. So I'll see you in the next video. Up the Tigers.